Welcome back to the channel, guys. David Harris here, and today I am washing by myself with no gutters, doing a roof, and also doing some paver patio in the back, plus some stairs going down and some little spot where they have the AC units and utility stuff there, and like a little, little closed off area, a little courtyard type of an area. So we're doing those. And what else are we going to be doing here? I think that is it. So, when we starting right here at the top, luckily my 28-foot ladder worked out good, but this is one of the big things, guys. So now I got to do what Callum usually does for me as the second person, and that is soaking down plants before and after I do any application at all on anything. But we're doing the roof, so. And like right there, I'm using both hands, which, hey, if you got to, you got to. And this is the safer way to do it, really. If you're by yourself, I mean, a lot of people, they're like, oh, you should have the remote ball valve and blah, blah, blah. You can, and that is a great idea. But having fresh water immediately when you have no gutters you need it. Like, it's not like, oh, I don't need it. So now this is a booster pump that I'm using as well. But if you guys say you guys are like, just using a 12 volt, that's like what mainly people use that are getting into the game or just have been in it, and I don't know, they're just stuck in their ways of using a 12 volt, which is fine. But if you're using your 12 volt, just pull out your pressure washer. You should have a pressure washer as well, and you can use that. And honestly, even as long as you have like a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer or anything, or even use the garden hose from the house. But you really want to be spraying with the water. You want to have more gallons per minute coming from the fresh water than you do from your chemical application pump. Just in my opinion, because then you're diluting it quicker, and we're talking about 6% here. So to dilute that is almost impossible, honestly. But you have to keep doing it. So, and honestly, a good tip would have been to use tons and tons of surfactant, but we don't really do surfactant too much. Honestly, I didn't know that this roof didn't have any gutters. So when you don't ask, you don't get the answers, right? So obviously that is going to be in the list of stuff that we need to ask. Not really that we don't know to ask it. It's just when you're given so many quotes and blah blah blah, you hear gutter this, gutter that. You want your gutters clean? I don't even have gutters, So yeah, I mean, you really have to stay on top of the watering everything down, and especially like if you have a door there. Yeah, if you have a door there, make sure you plastic it off, or at least keep it extremely wet. That one has a storm door in front of it, so I'm not too worried about it. Storm doors will leak if you're spraying chemical though all over it. Just so you know. And yeah, I mean, this house here was actually pretty easy for me to do by myself, luckily, because the plants were all cut back far enough, so it really wasn't dripping. I think it only dripped on about 2 plants, at all on the leaves. So it's very well maintained, which is great. Oh my god, I hate, so in the back of the house, I thought I'd do the back roof too. Then looked at the contractor, was like, oh, thank God I only gotta do the front roof. Because in the back of the home, the plants are just touching. There's not as many plants, but they're touching the house. So, I mean, they're guaranteed to die, And I don't care what y'all say, oh, just dilute it for a long time. You can, but, I mean, if it's just dripping and dripping and it's just soaking it up, yeah, you don't want that happening. But when you do have a situation like that, and even if you're not using surfactant like myself, what you would have to do is put a light coat on it from the top, and then wait for it to drip for a while, and then put a light coat on it lower than that, and just kind of keep working with it, because It's going to take you a long time. It's not going to take you all day, but it's going to be a pain in the ass compared to what you usually are used to. But you know what else is a pain in the ass? Paying for people's plants. So, yeah, we're getting an insurance claim because they didn't want to listen to you or whatever about how you're going to just buy them a plant that only costs whatever, like $100, say, or whatever. Alright guys, so out back here, I'm just going to be rinsing everything down with my X-Jet. That was just the crap that's in the line. We just started up the pressure washer, of course. We are not spraying soap at this moment. I'm just wetting all the plants, wetting anything that could get bleach on it, basically. Any soap or any chemical at all on it. So, as you can tell, it's going to be a mess out here. I mean, just straight up. We all know it. I mean, you look in an area like this, no, it's not going to be fun. So, we get the Soft Wash Factory booster pump, luckily. We're going to be spraying on our 6% mix. And guys, with patios like this, some concrete, and just some types of stone and everything like that, you can spray on a 6% mix and just rinse it off, and it'll look amazing. Not in this case. We got a lot of that lichen type of crap all over it. So, instead of just X-Jet rinsing it off, I need an X-Jet close rinse it off. So basically, I don't know, I should have just taken the surface cleaner and turned down the pressure washer, but I didn't want to take out the joints as bad. We ended up taking out some of the joints and stuff, as you'll see. Obviously not those gigantic joints right there. Those are actual joints though, that are made so it looks like grass in between there and stuff. The customer does know all the grass and stuff's gonna die in between there. Expectations are obviously needed when doing a job like this, guys, and I don't care about who the hell, oh no, I've never killed any grass in my whole 30 years of spraying bleach. Yeah, well, we have. And everyone else in here has too, I mean, for real. So, expectation to say that, hey, the grass is going to get stressed out, plants are going to get stressed out, maybe some burnt leaves and stuff like that, because your stuff's going through the lattice there. How else do you want me to clean it and you want it spotless? Okay, so you're going to get a couple burnt leaves. Maybe. You may not as well, but at least if they know, I don't have to hear about it later on. Most likely. Sometimes you will still hear about it. But I mean, guys, like, again, you really want to soak the living hell out of the plants, and you really don't want to do that and blow the cap off the railing every goddamn chance you have, like myself. Yep, when it rains it pours, guys, and basically I've been blowing caps off like no tomorrow. Even that middle cap on that same exact fence, blew it off just a little bit later on this video, of course. I mean, I don't know why I just didn't do all three, but I don't know, maybe next time. So yeah, again, I'm gonna go pretty close to the stone here with the X-Jet to really get all that mold off and making this thing look nice and spotless and nice and shiny again. So another expectation, guys, on a job like this, because there's all the grass and the mud and everything right there, I explained to the customer that, at least on the stepping stones, like those stairs coming down, those are going to look mint. The stones at the very bottom here, they're going to look mint. Everything is. Those stepping stones, though, they kind of like, there's a few of them, like probably 2, maybe 3 of them, that it's definitely going to have mud on it and leave a little bit of dirt, so they're not going to look perfect. The customer understands, guys. I mean, this is a big area, and, they're just like, they were honestly so amazed with the results of this, guys, that I'm actually going to be doing their second home that they have down in the Cape, down in Falmouth. So, and that's going to be a brick patio. Again, same expectations about not resealing it, not resanding it, because if they do want things like that done, oh my god, there it was, just blew the other cap off. Oh my god, guaranteed, guys. If you need your cap post blown off, call me up. Got a pretty good deal on that lately. Probably free with any fence wash or any deck wash. So, call the number. And yeah, so there we go. Boom, clean that beast up. And again, yeah, I should have probably did that little courtyard, little area there where the AC unit is probably last, because just keeps being mud in there. But then it came up here, guys, and just went to town. And yes, 6% going all over the place. I understand. I could have probably just not applied first. That's what I did. I should have just did this and went X-jetted it, and then applied my 6% mix and left. But they have little dogs, so I didn't want any mix on this thing afterwards. So I want it nice and clean and no mix, obviously probably leave the dog off of it for a while anyhow, but we just don't want him burning his paws or licking it, drinking it, and then, ultimately dying. And yeah, that would probably be the worst case scenario ever of power washing, killing somebody's dog. So let's get off that awful subject and back to the patio. So again, I'm not ripping all these joints out. Some of the stuff is coming out, and they kind of want a little bit of it out of there, but not the whole thing. I know that's a weird expectation, but I kind of understand where they're coming from, because that's just what my customer base wants. I do have another guy out here that I work with, another contractor, and that's all their company does is sands and seals patios, and they they'll power wash it, everything. And when people want things like that done, I just have him do it, because I don't want to sand and seal. It's just not my thing. That's not what I'm like. It's not my my niche, So, and that's his, and that's all that they do. And I'm just gonna be straight up. It's gonna come out better than when I do it. Wanna know why? Because I've been doing it for years and years and years. How long have I been doing sand and sealing? I haven't. So, that's just how it is. You wanna make sure the job gets done right too. And the best part of those situations is say I did the roof there, I still got the job, and then you have somebody else come in, and they're honestly going to be extremely happy with you that you got them the most professional work possible, and everything came out amazing. And again, make sure that contractor isn't some slouch, and they're just, oh my god. It can be a nightmare, guys, if you get the wrong contractors, honestly. Yeah, you really want to see their work. You want to know who the heck they are, not just some random ass guy that you bumped into on a job site. And you trust in everything with them. It better be someone that that you've been working with, or just, yeah, you'll know. But hey, guys, so sorry to tell you, but I didn't really get a whole after on this patio, but you can see right here the patio is looking great. And again, we're not taking out all these joints, so that's basically what it's supposed to look like right there, and what it's going to be looking like. The camera died the second I was about to walk up the damn stairs in the back here, so no, there isn't going to be a complete after of it, but I do show the roof and just before the stairs. I just wanted to warn you. But obviously you guys can see it, other than, there is some spots of water on the camera. But yeah, you can see what happened, what we did, what the final result basically is. And yeah, these things are a pain in the butt. So all of it is going downhill right here. Not the whole job, but just the stones. And yeah, obviously that grass right there, it's dead, guaranteed. 6% just dwelling in there, guys. So, but the customer doesn't care. They know that a few inches on the right there is going to be dead as well. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Just grass, all right? But it is a big deal if your customer's like, hey, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, and that deck right there, that was done with some SH as well. She ended up wanting those done, and they actually look really good. So we ended up doing the other stairs over there next to the main big patio. And then we are just going to be rinsing all this down now. And guys, doing these stepping stones here was kind of a pain in the ass, but I mean, for real, when you do them, you really just want to focus on, like, I would always focus on, like, oh, make them all pretty like I am right now, and then, do one, make it all pretty, then go on to the next one. But as you can tell, it's just putting a bunch of dirt and everything all over everywhere, so it's not really good to waste your time. You want to get all the mold completely off, everything squared away, and then go back with like a ball valve rinse, M5 twist rinse, something low pressure, sometimes high pressure, depends on the high pressure. But and just get that thing squared away, all that mud pushed to one side, the mud just out of the way, off of the stone, everything looking pretty. Yeah, blew that cap off again. So maybe one day I'll learn, just take the caps off, leave them off, put them on at the end of the job, Dave. One day. But for today, we're going to be blowing caps off. So guys, yeah, the stone came out amazing though, honestly. The customer loves it, and like I say, I'm going to be doing another patio for her as well, so that's awesome. And guys, so basically I'm just going to show you guys a little bit right here to show you the roof I sprayed, and then like I said, the camera died, so I only have like a few stones I can show you, like right there at the bottom of the stairs. Sorry about that, but you guys obviously can see the stone cleaned up and everything when I was doing it, and like these railings are all nice and clean. There's your after. So sorry about that, but let's check it out.